2. Hey buddies, it's Dylan. I'm here with Austin and Miko, and this is iCarly. We're back with a...
Who's Gibby?
Oh, I am both Gibby and Freddy. I hope you know that.
Alright.
Oh no.
That sounds like a monster.
Who's Carly? Who's calling dibs on Carly?
I guess I could be Carly.
Oh, that means I have to be Sam.
You know what? No, never mind. I want to be Sam. I'll volunteer to be Sam.
Oh,
Austin the delinquent.
I'm gonna be the same character who they put into a starring role and just goes awful.
Wow, you really had to call her out like that. Anyways, just kidding, guys. It's Dylan, Miko, and Austin from the Buddy Force. Gary Phillips, how are you doing, man? And we've got another episode of This Week in Yu-Gi-Oh! Where we bring you all of the Yu-Gi-Oh! News from the last week. Mainly it's stuff from YG Organization, but that's where all the news is. So we're just going to recap it all for you guys. And starting off, we've got more releases or more news from Dawn of Majesty, and it's more Abyss lore cards. So the first card we've got here is Black Clad Dragon Albion. It's a level 8 Dark Dragon effect monster, attack 25, defense 2000. You can only use the second effect once per turn. And this card, so its first effect is this card's name becomes Fallen of Albaz while on the field or in your graveyard. Second effect is if this card is in your hand or graveyard, send one Fallen of Albaz or one Stigmatica spell or trap from your hand or deck to the graveyard. Apply this effect based on where that card was sent. If it was sent from the hand, you special summon this card, and if it was sent from the deck, you can place this card on the bottom of the deck. Then, if this card was placed from your hand, draw one card. Is it good? I don't know much about Albaz and Dogmatica and the Modicas.
It seems fine.
Mm-hmm.
Like I have no point of reference, but it's like it seems fine to me.
Mm-hmm. The fact that you can send a Stigmatica spell or trap or a Fallen of Albaz from your deck to the grave, that seems very powerful in its own right.
Oh, this card synergizes like super well with a card we're gonna talk about later. Like,
ooh, okay, I'm excited.
It makes Albaz like playable in like the Dogmatica style decks, which is really good because that's just a super poly on links.
Nice. Gary Phillips asking, what decks are you guys playing right now? Right now, I was playing Guru, and I am in the process of rebuilding my Plunder Patrols, getting ready for Lightning Overdrive to be released.
Also, you're still just doing Glad Beast.
Glad Beast is somewhere, and I have a Fire Fist deck I'm playing around with. Just got to get the Tri-Brigade stuff, which is tricky, but you actually make plays in that deck now.
Although Fractal has gone down, which is actually really nice.
I'm kind of waiting for the Megatons if it's in there.
Mm-hmm.
I have Dogmatica, Shadal Invoked, Drytron. What else did I build? I have Going Second Virtual World, Adamancipator. Adamancipator for my kids is really fun to play with.
Oh, just wait till Net said I have added Mister, and the deck is actually playable now.
I don't believe you still.
Oh,
you make a towers that dies.
Hell yeah.
Miko, did I tell you when I was playing Yu-Gi-Oh! VR that so there's no pendulums or link monsters in the game, and they said that they probably won't be adding pendulum or link monsters into the game because I guess like having 3- and 4-way duels is a huge part of like the online community or something.
Okay.
So yeah, no pendulum or link decks, but they did add Dragon Maids. So if that's incentive for you to join, you can play Dragon Maids.
I can play the mid-range deck that's terrible in the TCG.
Hell yeah.
Pure Dragon Maids.
In there?
Oh, I think so. For sure.
Okay, well I might be down now.
When I played, I started off with playing like the Kaiba deck, and I played again. I did a 3-way duel with a guy playing Stardust / like Shooting Riser, like that line, and then someone playing Red Dragon Archfiend. So it's cool. They have a lot of decks there. I'm gonna play Naturias once I unlock it.
Naturias is so bad.
So good.
willingly plays Naturia?
Me when I unlock it. I just have to grind. Okay, anyways.
It's so bad. Like, Dylan, you know how hard it is to make a play in Naturia?
I know, but they're so cute, it's kind of worth it. It's like playing Ojamas. Well, no, that's not true. Ojamas is like tier 1.
Here's the thing. Naturia is worse ice barrier.
Yikes. Hey, Ice Barriers makes plays now. It just relies on extremely specific interactions, which made me quit it in 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Okay, anyways, on to the next card.
I
We
keep
got
listing decks that I have because I have a lot of decks.
God. just
Just in the background.
in the description after this video gets uploaded, feel free to click on the Google Doc link listing every deck that Miko currently owns. Alright, so next card we got Bond of Stigmatica. It's a normal spell. You can only use each of its effects once per turn, and its effects are special summon one Fallen of Albaz that is banished or in your hand or graveyard. And during the end phase, if this card is in your graveyard because it was sent there this turn, to activate the effect of Fallen of Albaz, you can set this card. That's actually really good.
Yeah, this card
seems
is really
good.
good. It's really good with Blackclad Dragon.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I guess it just this special summons Blackclad from the grave. Cool.
Yeah, it summons Albaz too.
Yeah.
So you can go Blackclad send Albaz, and you can go Bond summon it.
Nice. Okay, and the last card we have
you
here.
The Albaz, you fuse away the Dark Magician with your Albaz, and you get a Dragoon. It's busted.
Everything just comes back to, and you make Dragoon.
Yeah.
It ain't much, but it's Dragoon.
That's like my default response to anything that summons Albaz is like, you can play it against Dark Magician. Because remember, every regionals I go to, I always play Dark Magician in the first 2 rounds.
Which is weird. It's very consistent. We have like people who never played anything but Dark Magician at regionals.
Yeah.
It's okay, free wins. Anyways, on to the next card. We got Spriggan's Interluder.
Turbo. Next busted.
So this card is a continuous trap card, and you can only use each effect once per turn. First effect is when your opponent activates a card or effect, return a Spriggan's Xyz monster you control to the extra deck, and then apply one of these effects. You negate the activated effect, or special summon one level 8 monster from your graveyard. Second effect is if a face-up Xyz monster you control leaves the field. By card effect, you can make all face-up monsters your opponent controls lose 1,000 attack until the end of the turn. I don't know too much about Spriggan's, but this seems okay.
The first effect is pretty good.
Yeah, and then the second effect is just like adding on top of that.
The second effect will trigger like every turn if you're playing Spriggan. If your Spriggan deck is working right, so like that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I don't know enough about Spriggan's, but I don't know. Returning Xyz monsters back doesn't sound the best to me.
Mm-hmm.
But
they tend to have one in grave all the time because of just how the deck works.
All right.
Because you'll detach the Xyz monster as material for the other Xyz monster.
Okay.
And then it banishes itself, so your opponent will lose 1,000 attack, and then you shuffle it back to negate an activation, which is pretty good.
All right.
Okay. On to
lore.
The card looks cool.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's that new monster. That's Dogmatica Theo and Dogmatica. What's his name? The stupid Mother Grizzly that Dogmatica has.
Mother Grizzly.
Mother Grizzly.
Yeah, Dogmatica has a Mother Grizzly. I'm gonna just call him Mother Grizzly now.
Okay, the next article we're gonna be looking at is there's more cyber style stuff that got announced. This article right here that we're gonna look at is basically a bunch of the reprints that are coming out that are being confirmed. So we've got Veer, Noxter, Core, Hertz. Basically, the fact that all of these are reprinted here, awesome. That's just this is a really good structure deck at this point. If you're getting all of these cards reprinted.
So I was actually thinking of building Cyber Dragon recently, and then I looked up the prices, and almost all these cards were each like $10 a piece.
Yep, I remember when Noxter got released, it was a $4 card, and about a month after release, it was a $40 card. So I'm just happy that it's getting a reprint.
I think the Cyber Dragon stuff. I don't think the Cyber Dragon stuff is expensive, but I think it might be hard to get because
they're all commons.
Yeah, it's just who do you know who bought that set?
Yeah,
I did.
Oh no, they comes common and rare. Never mind. I think this stuff's actually fairly.
I bought that stuff.
Cyberload Fusion, I think, is also really good.
Cyberload
Yeah,
Fusion was
yeah, I
also
remember
super
Crystal Beast.
expensive. I bought that
Yeah,
card
but
for
it-
like $4 at Nats, and then 3 months later, it's like a $50 card.
I'm pretty sure that went down a lot now because
Oh
of
yeah,
the reprint.
it's down.
It got reprinted, but still, yeah. No, this is all great.
Mm-hmm.
I remember my crystal bonds that were like $50, and then they were $120 at one point.
Mm-hmm.
And
Also,
now they're
these
like
sleeves,
$4.
these sleeves look really good.
I kind of want. I've never bought like. I see a lot of people who buy the OCG sleeves to use with their cards, and I've never done that. But I might actively try to get these or some sort of Cyber Dragon sleeves.
You know, if I could go to like Asia, like if I go to the Philippines, I could pick these up really easy. I just can't do that right now.
Buddy Force journey through Japan. Buddy Force plays OCG. You'll
Also,
okay.
I played Tellers.
Let us know if you want us to make that happen. Buddy
If you
Force
want
goes
to
to
go to
Japan.
Japan.
Yeah, mainly just because I want to go to Japan.
Yo, same.
Okay, and more on Cyber Style. We've got some of the new cards, more Cyber Style structure deck cards. Zoom sound effects. Okay, first one we got is Attachment Cybern. It's a level 3 Light Dragon effect monster. Stats are 16 and 8. You can only use its third effect once per turn, and its effects reads: you can target one dragon or machine cyber monster you control, equip this card from your hand or field to that target. A monster equipped with this card gains 600 attack. If this card equipped to a monster is sent to the graveyard, you can target one other dragon or machine cyber monster in your graveyard, special summon it. I mean, it's good. It's okay.
Not bad. Not bad.
I like this with Cyber Darts. It works really well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's no Hunter Dragon.
It is no Hunter Dragon.
Right, and it looks like the next card here might be just like a quick play fusion card. It's called Eternal Cyber. It's a quick play spell card, and you can only use its first and second effects once per turn. It reads: target one machine cyber fusion monster in your graveyard. Either return it to the extra deck or special summon it, ignoring its summoning conditions. If a machine cyber monster fusion monster you control be destroyed by battle or effect, you can banish this card from your graveyard instead. That's not bad,
It's
honestly.
not the worst I've ever
Yeah, this is fine.
heard of.
You know what this is actually really good for? This is the jankiest play ever. But if you combine this with Power Bond, if you use Power Bond to summon out like an End Dragon or something, and then link it away, you could just get it back, and then you don't have to lose the life points.
I mean, I guess.
It's a play. It's a play. Not a good one.
You never said it was a good play, mind
Yeah.
you. But a
But
play
it is-
nonetheless.
It is a play.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I kind of like this card. It's
Is it even solid?
yeah.
Yeah.
Even
One of
as
the
just
greatest
like a
things ever.
defense, I keep bringing up Cyber End Dragon. Like, imagine if you have one on your field and your opponent pops it or something somehow, and then you can just use this to bring it back as a defense on your opponent's turn.
Yo, but
And then you have
can
protection
summon
for it.
Cyberblader.
You can
You
what?
summon Cyberblader with this.
Damn. Whoa. Cyber. This is Cyber Angel support.
Cyber.
Yeah.
Attached to them.
I was really hoping
No,
that when they
like-
said they were doing like cyber style structure deck, it was literally just every card with the word cyber in it. So you had like Cyber Angels, Cyber Stein, all cyber what was the Cybersaurus? Just all of these guys in here. That would have been
Love
awesome.
that card.
Your opponent has one card, one monster, and you go Eternal Cyber, summon Cyberblader, can't be destroyed by battle. It's busted.
Wait, next
It's
article.
actually broken.
I'm actually sort of excited for this. We got live twin support coming out in Dawn of Majesty. It's live twin Troubled Sun. It appears Lila and Kisakil have a rival dissing on them. Ooh. Okay.
Yo.
So
Sassy.
it's a continuous spell, and you can only activate one card with this card's name per turn. First effect is when this card resolves, add a live twin monster from your deck to your hand. Second is each time your opponent normal or special summons a monster while you control an evil twin monster, you gain 200 life points, and if you do, inflict 200 damage to your opponent. I mean, it's a good card. What can I say?
This is good. This is really good.
It searches, it heals, it burns.
It's a tanky.
I'm excited for it. I'm glad that I picked up pretty much the whole Evil Twin Live Twin core. Didn't get it in CR, unfortunately. They didn't have it when I grabbed it, but I'm excited for this. I just need picked up Unchained stuff. I think Unchained Live Twin is the way to go.
It's definitely the most fun version.
Mm-hmm. I know some people do Eldritch, but yeah, I don't know. Not my cup of tea.
Eldritch, the Live Twins in Eldritch is just Ash bait.
Yeah.
Every time I've played that deck, it's normal summon Evil Twin gets Ash. It's like, okay, now you're not going to stop my Eld land from going off.
Alright, next one we've got here is Legendary Duelist 8 has officially been announced for the TCG, and it's Legendary Duelist Synchro Storm. We've got information on the 3 archetypes coming out, one of which we're actually about to talk about. So it reads here, the winds of victory are swift and sure. Legendary Duelist Synchro Storm powers up 3 strategies used by duelists that specialize in wind monsters. First appearing in Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc 5, Yugo's Speedroid monsters excel at quick, consecutive synchro summons. Starts off with summoning his signature monster, Clearwing Synchro Dragon, now in Ghost Rare. Nope, that's Crystal Wing. Then use the rest of your Speedroids to upgrade it into even more advanced forms like Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon, now in Ghost Rare, or even a brand new Wind Synchro Dragon. Second is originally released as video game promotional cards. Sherry LeBlanc's strategies resurrected and revolutionized in Legendary Duelist Synchro Storm. Hailing from Yu-Gi-Oh! 5D, Sherry's cards specialize in fielding a single powerful wind synchro monster. Her ace monster from the anime, Chevalier de Fleur, is a level 8 wind synchro that can negate certain types of cards, not unlike Yusei's own Stardust Dragon. I don't know why.
Is like kind of meh.
What is?
Like it was good in Synchro.
Okay.
Before.
I don't know what it is, but when I'm reading these, all I can imagine is Jerome McHale saying these, and that's who that's what I'm trying to embody.
Invoke your inner Joan McHale. Yeah.
Finally,
the most important. The most important.
Yeah. Finally, take a left turn into the Xyz dimension, and you'll find new cards for Lulu's Lyrilisque strategy from Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc 5. This strategy stacks up level 1 winged beasts to Xyz summon rank 1 Xyz monsters with as many Xyz materials as possible. You can even combine them with Tri-Brigade cards from Phantom Rage, Blazing Vortex, and Lightning Overdrive to create a cool hybrid strategy. Looks like each set is going to have, or the set is 56 cards. Going to have 9 ultras, 8 supers, 10 rares, and 29 commons. 1 card from the set will appear as a ghost rare. Probably Clearwing, considering we just... Could you imagine if they picked Crystal Wing again?
Clearwing already has a...
Clearwing already has a ghost.
Already has a ghost.
Oh. Okay, could you imagine if they just did Crystal Wing again?
Damn, I need to get 2
I could see it.
Crystal Wings.
Yeah, so, I don't know. I know, Miko, you're probably excited for this. You really love just the synchro mechanic in general.
I just like how this is called Synchro Storm, and it has its monsters. I just think that's funny.
But, like, that bird is stacked.
That bird has big old tiggle bitties.
Yeah, and we will definitely be talking about that later on for sure.
For Gabe, because he's not here to talk about.
Yeah.
I'm excited that there's more Speedroid cards, but it's probably still going to be like, you summon Crystal Wing, that's your job.
Yeah.
Hey, man. You have that, what's it called? Kite Drake now? If you want to just blow up your opponent's board.
But you still just make... Like, you can make 3 Crystal Wings, but that's all you do. The deck is actually really boring, but it's...
Yeah, but you can make Kite Drake now. You just blow up your opponent's board, and then make a Crystal Wing after.
Or just play Fire Kings and do that every turn.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, by the way, so Gabe is not with us today, although he is with us in spirit. May God rest his soul. And yeah, I hope wherever he is now, he is happy. On to the next article. Sherry LeBlanc's cards. So, Sherry's cards from her duel versus Yusei and her duel in the Arc Cradle are released here and stronger in the Animation Chronicle 2021. By the way, that sounds like the coolest set they'll ever release. Animation Chronicle 2021. I don't know why, but the font also gives me Pokemon vibes. Maybe it's just because I've been looking at Pokemon more. But,
It's probably because it's like rainbowy.
yeah, rainbowy, and it's got like that. It's not even like impact, it's like royal impact. I don't know how else to describe it.
Yeah.
Okay, while not shown this month, Dragonoid, and Starving Venomy Dragon are confirmed to be in this set. Okay, yeah, we got a few cards here. We'll start with the first one, Noble Knight's Shield Bearer. It's a level 4 Light Warrior effect monster.
I forgot a bunch of Sherry's cards are Noble Knights for some reason.
Yeah.
They have nothing to do with the Quest spells or anything. They have nothing to do with the Quest spells or anything. But like,
just naming. Well, this was made before Noble Knights, so like.
And they predated Noble Knights too.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't Noble Knights originally a TCG exclusive?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is just Konami being not a good company.
Yeah, when Konami NA announced the Noble Knights, OCG's like, oh, you're kidding me.
Wait, we already
had
did
Noble
this.
Knights before.
See, this is Noble Knights with an apostrophe S.
Possessive.
Yeah. Wait,
Yeah,
so
it's still the same archetype.
this card has 800 and 1300 for its stats. Each of its effects are hard once per turns. First one is if this card is normal or special summoned, you can banish one light monster from your graveyard, draw one card. Second is you can banish this card from your hand or face-up field, add one level 6 or lower Wind Beast monster from your deck to your hand. I mean, it's fine. It's good. It searches. It allows you to draw a card and searches a Wind Beast.
The horses.
Yeah.
I'm glad you can banish this from your hand.
Mm-hmm. You don't see that very often. Banishing
No.
from your hand?
Yeah, but like this actually helps.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, next
I
one.
don't know if any of her horses were good, but like this can do something.
We are about to find out because we've got the first horse coming up right now. Horse of the Floral Knights. It's a level 3 Wind Beast effect monster. Stats are 400 and 800. You can only use the first effect once per turn. And it reads, if this card is normal or special summoned, you can add one light Noble Knight monster from your deck to your hand. And once per turn, you can fusion summon one fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters from your hand or field as fusion material, including this card on the field. So it's pretty good. It's a searcher and it's a fusion.
She did. Did she fusion summon in the anime? I don't
We're
remember that.
about to find out.
Well,
Could you imagine if she didn't?
does now.
Yeah.
She does now.
Ooh, this is awkward. You say just swiftly killed her before she could summon out any fusion monsters. Okay, next card we've got up is Noble Knight's Spear Holder. It's a level 2 Light Warrior effect monster. Stats are 8 and 4, so it's the reverse of the horse, and both of its effects are hard once per turns. First one is if this card is normal or special summon, you can target one level 8 or lower monster you control. Until the end phase, its name becomes Fluor Synchron. Also, it's treated as a tuner. Second is you can tribute this card, add one equip spell from your deck to your hand. Okay. It's okay.
Well, because it's a tuner, it's going to be banned, to make Needle Fiber safe.
That's true. It's like they're not even going after tuners anymore. They're going after cards that make cards tuners as well.
Now, well, once you get rid of all the tuners, you have to get rid of those.
Here's the thing. First Synchro is actually a good card.
Mm-hmm.
It's also
Because it
weird.
uses material from your hand.
Yeah.
Oh, hey. OG Tatsunoko. It's also a machine, so
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
we're just looking at it.
Okay, and I guess this answers the question. There is a fusion monster for this deck as well. Its name is Centaur Mina.
Oh, this was a fusion monster. I forgot about that.
Yo, we're getting the Monster Musine archetype right here.
Oh no, please.
So it's a level 6 Light Beast Warrior fusion effect monster. Stats read 22 and 16. Materials require a Light Warrior and a Beast monster. Pretty generic, I like that. And you can only use its first and second effects hard once per turn. During your main phase, you can special summon one level 2 or lower monster from your hand or GY. Once per turn, when your opponent activates a trap card during your turn, quick effect, you can negate the activation if you do set that card. And 3, if this card is sent to the graveyard as synchro material for a Wind Warrior monster, you can destroy one face-up monster on the field. So obviously this has synergy with the card we just looked at above, Spearholder. It'll allow you to make a level 8 synchro monster that requires Floor Synchron. The second effect about negating the trap isn't the greatest. Yeah.
It stops evenly matched?
Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah.
I think Fleur cares about evenly matched because the play style was summon Fleur Chevalier pass. So
Looks like it still is.
and I think Fleur Chevalier also negates evenly matched if I remember right.
You can now negate 2 evenly matched.
Okay, and yeah, it's meh.
Fleur.
Yeah,
This negates a spell and trap activation.
So there's already a better card.
So just negate evenly twice.
Yeah. Okay, on to the, I guess, the spells and traps. That's it for the monsters. We've got Nicole The Zone, which, as my girlfriend is French and tells me that this card just means school the zone. So it's a... It looks really nice. It's just not a school or a zone. Might be a zone, not school zone.
The zone.
You can't speed here, or else your fine is doubled.
Yeah, its first effect is a hard once per turn, and it reads, as long as this card is on the field, you must be going 30 kilometers an hour or less between 6:30 to 5:30 p.m. Monday to Friday, September to June.
All fines are doubled.
All fines are doubled.
Sure seems pretty good.
It sounds like it'll really help with the issues surrounding
speeding issues in Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah, those card games on motorcycles, they're too fast.
Oh my god. Okay, but no, its actual effect is a hard once per turn, and it reads, if turn player summons exactly one monster, destroy that monster. And if you do, special summon one masked token, spellcaster dark level 1, attack and defense to be continued to the destroyed monster's controller's field. Its attack and defense become the attack and defense the destroyed monster had on the field, but cannot attack directly. If this face-up card leaves the field, destroy all mask tokens.
This is a hard, this is so much worse than the anime effect.
Was the anime
effect is exactly the same, except for it's not once per turn. So every time your opponent somebody summons a monster, it just blows up and becomes a token.
That sounds.
This is some really weird Mass B support.
That is true.
Yeah, I don't know what this has to do with schools, but you know, go off. Oh, I get it. Like you try to go in with your own unique personality, and they immediately break you, and you just become another one of the system's tokens.
Yeah, that's what Mass Beast does.
That's what schools do.
For one and the same.
Yeah, I don't know. It seems okay. If it wasn't hard once per turn, it'd definitely be a lot better. Yeah.
It's good pack filler.
Yeah.
Good pack filler.
Would this really be that bad if it had its anime effect of just continuously blowing up every month? Actually, you know what? That actually sounds like AIDS. I was like, wait, how bad could that be? It's like, oh wait, that just every monster you summon is a token. That kinda sucks.
Yo, Pendulum summons laughing at us. They just summon out 2 monsters.
You pen 5 for 5 tokens.
Well, no, it's only if you summon exactly 1 monster, right? So if they pen someone for 5, they get to keep all their stuff.
Yeah,
easy.
But if you try to do anything with those 5 monsters, they die. So you just sit there.
Okay. Next card we've got here is another field spell, Soul Binding Gate to go with the school zone. You can activate this card if you control no monsters and a set spell or trap you control was destroyed by card effects this turn. That's really specific. What? Anyways, during the main phase, if exactly 1 monster is summoned whose attack is lower than your life points and Z1 is in your graveyard, destroy that monster, and if you do, take 800 damage, then inflict 800 damage to your opponent. Okay, Miko, what's this card?
This is also like literally. I think this is exactly its anime effect.
Yeah, this
And it
sounds
wasn't-
like an anime effect.
Hang on, let me. What the fuck does Zone do again?
Yeah, what's
The card is not
Z1?
good.
Do we
I'm
even
surprised
have
there's not
that?
more restrictions on this card.
Oh yeah, Zone sucks. It's a normal spell. You can't activate it. You set it. You hope it gets destroyed, and then you get to add a continuous spell or a field spell.
So,
Why are we not playing this in True
So it's
Draco?
waking the
It's
dragons,
True-
but worse.
Why are we not playing this in True Draco? Destroy
this
it.
is
You destroy it with diagram. You get 2 searches.
nonsense.
Yeah, I don't. Okay, that is a very weird activation clause. You control no monsters, and a set spell or trap you control was destroyed by a card effect this turn.
It's literally made so like zone gets popped.
Mm-hmm.
You search this off of zone. You activate this.
All to burn
You know, if this won you the game, or I don't know, gave you riches, I think this would be a lot better. But it doesn't do either of those. So
Yeah,
it's
but
bad.
this is a literal adaptation of the anime effect, which was just to try to win the game there, and then I think Black Rose blew it up.
Imagine going through all the trouble to activate Soul Binding Gate. Like, you do all the setup, you pop your zone, play this, whatever, and then you wait for your opponent or a monster to summon, or you summon a monster to deal the damage, when in reality, you could have just played 3 copies of Ukazi and called it a day.
Yeah, but like anime.
You get
pretty
style
sure-
points for this.
Black Rose blew up the field spell, and then she lost.
I really wish that I feel like that would have been something funny to see in the anime if like duels had a very lackluster ending. Because in the anime, obviously every duel ends like in some sort of dramatic way, and it's super cool. But imagine if it's just like, oh, both players are down to 200 life points, and then Yugi's like, I draw. Okay, I activate Sparks for game. It's like,
No. Okay, so this is what happened in the. This is what happened in anime. Akiza summons Blue Rose Dragon. Blue Rose Dragon blows up. Effect summons Black Rose. Sherry takes the damage, and then Crow summons Blackwing Dragon. Does not take the damage and burns her to death.
Well,
Good card.
Okay. So yeah, I think that's it for the cards that got announced for her, and then we see that we're going to be getting a sold reprint, which is pretty cool. Although I'm 90% sure we're never getting this set in the OCG, so this is probably going to be a part of a different
Probably.
different set. So
Probably.
we don't know if we're getting
Actually,
this a sold reprint.
This is probably gonna be our battles set because
Yeah.
oh yeah.
Premium got put into Ghost of the Past,
Mm-hmm.
so this is probably our Battles of Legends.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, next one. We've actually got some more of Sherry LeBlanc's cards here. It seems her Necro strategy and her high-speed Synchro strategy have combined. The pack cover for Duelist of the Gale, which we've talked about before. So first card is Sage de Fleur or Fleur de Sage. It is a level 8 dark spellcaster effect monster. Stats are 29 and 0. Hard first and second effects. You can target one monster you control and one other card on the field. Special summon this card from your hand, and if you do, destroy those targets. If this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can target one other monster in your graveyard, shuffle it into the deck, and then add one level 1 plant monster from your deck or graveyard to your hand. Not bad.
Too bad Blow Up Bulb was banned.
I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure Societe de Fleur is better than this, but this is actually you can actually summon this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just easy to summon. Great in True Draco.
Where's Ronnie to build our
Our Fleur de Draco.
Yeah, we can play this in Cosmo.
Oh, Fleur de Cosmo.
Fleur the Cosmo.
Le
Space
Cosmo.
Le Cosmo.
I just like the idea of you know how every now and then when you go to certain events they'll let you like put in your deck name and people put in silly names. I want somebody to make this deck like Cosmo plus like the Fleur cards and just call it like Cosmo in French. Just that's the deck name so that when it comes up on streams, Cosmo in French.
But in French.
Okay, on to the next one. We've got White Steed of the Floral Knights. It's a level 6 Wind Beast effect monster. Stats are 24 and 18. And then it says level 6, 24. Okay. You can only special summon with the way in this card's name first effect once per turn. You can only use this card's name second effect once per turn. I nearly had an aneurysm reading that. I don't know why. If you control a level 2 or lower monster, special summon this card from your hand in defense position. When an opponent's monster declares an attack, you can banish this card from your graveyard, then target one card you control and negate the attack, and if you do, destroy that target. Yeah,
That's fine.
helps you set up with something like your synchro plays and stuff.
Yeah, it lets you summon Chevrolet into the fire.
Yeah.
It's good.
Anytime I can just straight up special summon a monster with 2400 attack, I'm okay with that. So.
Yeah, but it summons it. You summon this. You have a Fleur Synchron, Chevrolet the Fleur. You negate evenly mash and you pass.
Synergy.
Yo, what does your deck do? Oh, I play around evenly. Nice.
One monster can negate evenly.
Okay, next we've got Necro Synchron. I really like the artwork for this card. It's super cute.
Fleur Synchron's seen some shit.
Plus Synchron after now.
It's a level 2 Dark Machine Tuner effect monster. Its attack and defense is 200, 400. You can only use this card's name second and third effects once per turn each. Its effects are this card's name becomes Fleur Synchron while on the field or in the graveyard. You can target one other face-up monster you control, increase its level by 2 until the end of the turn, and if this card is sent to the graveyard as synchro material for a wind monster, you can special summon one level 1 plant monster from your deck. That last effect is awesome.
Yeah.
Again, glow bulb.
Yeah, you can summon a glow up bulb if we lived in a world where glow up bulb wasn't banned and needle fiber still didn't exist.
You imagine this back in like old plant synchro.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'll be busted in old plant synchro. You get tuning for this.
Oh my god, you could do more. Do we just build plant synchro now?
Spore again.
You play we play Sunvine plant synchro now because Sunvines are a good card.
Man, imagine this in plant FTK.
Yeah.
It would be busted. That I will give you that.
This card's really good.
Yeah.
Barely Fleur Synchron see some shit.
And
Really
turn
helped
on
out his effect.
Fleur Synchron after drinking a Rockstar energy drink for the first time.
So Synchron after his first Jaeger bomb.
Fleur Synchron when his parents don't understand him.
It's not a phase, Mom.
It's who I am.
Okay, next one we've got up here is Baroness de Fleur. It's a level 10 Wind Synchro Warrior effect monster. Stats are 3,000, 2,400, requires a tuner non-tuner, and its second effect is a hard once per turn. First effect is once per turn, you can target one card on the field, destroy it. Easy. Second effect is once while face up on the field, when a card is or effect is activated, you can negate the activation if you do destroy that card. And once per turn during the standby phase, you can target one level 9 or lower monster in your GY, return this card to the extra deck, and if you do special summon that monster. I mean, what can I say? It's a good card. It's an Omni Negate, straight up pops a card, and allows you to special summon monsters from your graveyard.
Yeah, man. When you use this effect, did you need to negate the evenly match? You just summon Chevrolet again.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is just good. I kind of wish its first event was a quick fit, but not everything can be perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Not everything can just be Dryden.
Not everything can be. I just want to say this card has such good artwork. Like,
yeah,
the like flower knight.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know when you'd want to tag this out in like this specific deck. But, like,
the only thing I can think of is if you like to make this thing used. What's the other one? Chevrolet de Fleur.
Yeah.
Like you use this thing's effect to negate, and then like you tag out, but like even still, that doesn't.
Hasn't he turned the standby though, which is
yeah.
Oh, it's because it's once per turn once while it's face up on the field.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
So, okay, yeah. So you negate one thing, and then just on the standby phase, you get her out because she doesn't do anything anymore.
It's a lot less good than we thought.
Okay, and then we've got the spells and traps. First one is an equip spell called Fleuret de Fleur. You can only activate one card with this card's name per turn. You can only use this card's name's third effect once per turn. First one is activate this card by targeting one level 2 or lower monster in your GY. Special summon it, and if you do equip it with this card, if this card leaves the field, destroy that monster. The equipped monster gains 700 attack, and if this card is sent from the spell and trap zone to the GY, you can equip this card to a Synchro monster you control. So it's just a better Horn of the Unicorn.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice. It's a reborn. It's a unicorn. You can requip. I'd say pretty decent.
This would be.
Yeah, but you play some Wetlands Beatdown.
Yeah. This seems good in Infernoble Knights right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Wetlands Beatdown. It makes your Wetlands Beatdown monsters bigger.
I mean, it is generic. Like, even though it's a LaFleur card, everything's generic about it.
Everything, honestly, about a lot of this stuff, it's really generic.
I think that's always been like one of the cooler parts of the Synchro archetype, especially plant synchros. They've always been super generic. Like even the Baroness that we just looked at, it just required a tuner and non-tuner. So
it's kind of weird that it doesn't require a synchron, but
yeah. And then even its effects are generic, like it just says any level 9 or lower monster. So I like it.
I was here about Crystalling. Yo, we're playing this in Speedroids.
Yo, there wins.
Okay, next card is Synchro Dilemma. It's a continuous spell card.
It's the before and after.
This is your brain. This is your brain on drugs.
This is him at him at the beginning of the night and him after like the shenanigans have happened.
Me after I say I'm only having one more drink. Yeah, okay, so its effect, it's a hard once, and it reads, during your main phase, you can activate one of these effects. You can send a Synchro monster from your hand or face-up field to the graveyard, special summon one monster from your hand, or target one other card you control, destroy it, and if you do, special summon a Synchron monster with a different original name from that card from your hand or GY. I mean, that's pretty good.
This seems good.
Yeah. Yeah, that's all I have to say about it. Artwork, super funny.
Oh, you can destroy Tengu. You can normal summon a Tengu, destroy it, and summon a Synchron.
Actually.
Summon another Tengu. The plays.
And then some reprints.
Okay, and then we've got some reprints here. Yeah, we got a Sorcerer de Fleur, Necrofleur, Fleur Synchron, and Chevalier de Fleur, all getting reprints in this set. Pretty sure it was expected, but yeah.
Well, those cards are actually really expensive.
Yeah.
These are all video game promos.
Yep. I think I actually remember getting Necrofleur.
I have a Fleur Synchron, and I'm pretty sure Fleur Synchron when I got it was like, I think at one point it was like $25. I know Chevalier was like $50 at one point because video game promos. I think I still have mine.
Nice. Okay, on to the next article. Speaking of synchros, we're gonna keep on rolling on that train. We've got a new card called Synchro Overtake. Okay, first I just wanted to point out that the comment they made in the article is, can a steamroller drift? Which, that's pretty funny.
Have you seen Road Synchron?
Look at it go.
So yeah, Synchro Overtake is a normal spell coming out in Dawn of Majesty. You can only activate one card with this card's name per turn, and it reads, reveal one Synchro monster in your extra deck and add to your hand, or special summon one of the Synchro materials whose name is specifically listed on that card from your deck or graveyard. You cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck the turn you activate this card, except Synchro monsters. I mean, that's good.
Fiber protection.
This seems good.
Yeah.
Like, this just seems really good.
You can get out pretty much any Synchron monster that you want.
This also search Diva.
Yeah.
Oh, this searches Diva. Oh, I like it.
You know what else searches Diva? Deep Sea Arya.
That's
we have more ways to do it now.
So like this card is good. I wish there was easy way to make Road Warrior, just because freaking Road Synchron's here drifting.
Yeah, solid card for the Synchro archetype.
Good.
Or
It
Synchro
sounds
Mechanic.
Yeah. It was like a really weird like FTK I saw with this, and then they realized it said except Synchro monsters.
Mm-hmm.
And so the FTK died because it was like summon Road Warrior and it was just summon a million dudes.
If this didn't have that last, like, you can only special summon Synchros for the rest of this turn, this card would be broken.
Mm-hmm.
Hockey 5X.
Yeah. Okay, and then we've got we're just adding on a little bit to what we talked about last week. The new Digesto card, Digesto Ramframpilica. We already talked about this card, except now we have its stats. For some reason, everything about this card was revealed except for its attack and defense, and it's 19 and 26. That's all we wanted to add on.
Remember with me. Shout out to the artwork again.
Yeah, artwork. Just riding on a penguin.
Rampengu.
Okay, we've got a few more things to talk about here. First, we've got some of the remaining cards from Dawn of Majesty. Leerless support, equip toys, searching of many kinds, a new zombie tuner, and more. So first thing we've got here is Master Model Diploman. It's a level 5 Dark Machine effect monster. Stats are 2,000 and 2,000. Its effects are if this card is tribute summoned. Oh, gross. You can target one monster in your graveyard and one face-up monster your opponent controls. Equip that monster from the graveyard to that opponent's monster. While a monster is equipped this way, it loses attack equal to that equipped monster's. Second is your opponent's monsters equipped with equipped cards you control cannot activate their effects.
Oh no, it's a counter to Noble Knights.
I feel like this card's kind of meh. I'm not a fan.
Yeah, but Noble Knights.
Yeah.
It stops Noble Knights.
Which was a big problem. Okay, next one. This name is definitely getting changed for the TCG. We've got Slower Swallow. It's a level 1 Winged Beast effect monster. Stats are 100 100. You can only special summon Slower Swallow with its first procedure once per turn. If there are 2 or more monsters with the same level on the field, you can special summon this card from your hand. You contribute this card, draw 2 cards instead of 1 for your normal draw during the next draw phase. Okay.
I like this.
Yeah?
It's gonna have place in Bird Up.
I was gonna say it's a -1, but it's not, because you draw 2 instead of 1, so it all works out in the end.
It breaks even.
Yeah, it's a very slow break even.
It's a very slow swallow.
Just for the... Yeah, that's why he's slower.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta wait to get your...
Yeah, artwork is super cute. It's just a bird with a bunch of flowers.
Is that a hand?
Yeah, and he's winking. Why is he winking?
Oh, God, never mind. He's hitting on me. I don't like it.
He's making me feel comfortable.
All those flowers are for you.
Well, he's got some plants at least.
Ooh.
Or she.
Clicked off the article by accident. Okay. Next card we've got is Exoskeletal Dragon Gararm. Or Gaiarm. Yarm.
Gaiarm?
Gaiarm?
Gaiarm.
Gaiarm, yeah.
Man arm.
Oh,
It's a level 6 Earth Dragon Synchro effect monster. Stats are 2013. Materials require a tuner, non-tuner. You can and all of its effects are hard ones per turn. You can tribute this card, then target 3 other Synchro monsters in your graveyard, return them to the extra deck. You can target 1 of your monsters special summon from the extra deck, equip this card from your graveyard to that target. And when a monster equipped with this card declares an attack, you can draw 1 card.
I mean, it's just
okay.
Army Arm, but worse.
This would be good in like 2011 or 2012.
Yeah. So I just want to double check with something. If this card got sent from the extra deck to the graveyard, you could still use its second and third effect, right?
What?
Like if it didn't get summoned properly, you could still use its second and third effect?
The second effect doesn't activate in grave, it activates on field.
What? It says,
No, it says
equip this card from your graveyard.
Oh. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's fine. That works.
Okay.
I don't know why you'd want to do that. You want to pay 5,000 life points to send this to the grave from Gale Dorgra?
Yeah, but then you get to draw an extra card. It's like slower swallow, but at normal pace. It's just swallow.
Swallow.
Okay, next card up is Messenger Spirit of the Fatal Eye Psychopompous. It's a level 2 Earth Zombie Tuner effect monster, stats are 0/0, and you can only use its first and second effects once per turn. If this card is special summon, you can apply this effect based on which of the following your opponent has more of in their GY. Monsters. Banish this card, and if you do, your opponent banishes one monster from your graveyard, their choice. Second is spells and traps. Send this card to the graveyard, and if you do, your opponent sends one monster they control to the graveyard, their choice. Second effect is during the end phase, if this card was banished last turn, you can special summon this banished card. This card sucks.
This is gonna be really good if it didn't say your choice.
Yeah.
Your choice.
Yeah.
This is no bueno for me.
Wait, it's a tuner that's gonna get banned.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
I'm okay with it.
It's a recurable tuner.
Yeah, I'm okay if this
It's
one
even
gets banned.
worse. There's a tuner that keeps summoning itself.
Okay, and next up for all of our business majors watching here, we've got Margin Trade. It's a normal spell card, and you can only activate one card with this card's name per turn. Your opponent can discard one card to negate this effect. Otherwise, both players look at their opponent's deck, and if they do, they choose one card from it. Then they add the chosen card by their opponent to their hand.
This is what's it called?
Bad.
No, this is banned in remote duels.
Yo,
Yeah. Well,
If-
no, because nothing's private knowledge.
actually,
Yeah,
this,
opponent's deck. Which is a
this
problem.
lets you look through your entire opponent's deck.
That's true.
Or they discard a card.
Yeah.
Yeah, unless if Brilliant Fusion was still legal, you can make them add the Garnet to their hand. It feels bad, man.
No, you know what the best part about this is?
Yeah,
What if
they're playing
what if Konami came out and said that yeah, this card is technically illegal in remote duels, so if your opponent activates it, you have to discard a card. You can still play this, but it basically just becomes a mandatory your opponent must discard one card.
It just becomes conversation at that point.
Yeah.
This guy's so good.
Okay. Next up, we've got Monster ASSORT. It's a normal trap card. You can only activate one card with this card's name per turn. First effect is reveal one normal monster and one effect monster with the same type, attribute, and level from your deck. And if you do, your opponent randomly picks one for you to add to your hand. Also, you shuffle the other monster back into the deck. This is a good card for Sunvines, just saying.
If this was a spell, it'd be really good.
Mm-hmm.
Now that's a tuner. It's a special summon it.
That's ridiculous. Okay, next card is As the Master of Beasts Pleases. That's also going to get changed. You can only activate this card's name once per chain. Once per turn, at the start of the damage step, if your monster battles an opponent's monster in the same column, you can return all cards in your battling monster's column to the hand.
It's not good.
No. Remember when Columns was a meme?
This is gonna
Yeah.
be so good against Mech Knights though.
This is the hard counter to Mech Knights.
I'll see it
yeah.
call.
I kind of like this next card here. Just the artwork I think is funny. It's
Artwork's
Paparazzi Disparazzi. It's a Link to Dark Fiend Link effect monsters. It has 100 attack and its arrows are left and right. Requires 2
Proxy
effect
Dragon.
monsters. It's Proxy Dragon. Better Proxy Dragon. Proxy Dragon with a camera. And its effects are when your other monster when your other monster is targeted for an attack, you can change the attack target to this card and perform damage calculation. When this card you control is destroyed by battle with an opponent's monster, destroy that opponent's monster, and if you do, gain life points equal to half the attack it had on field. Yeah.
I feel like Proxy Dragon is better.
Proxy Dragon is better than this.
Yeah. But Proxy Dragon does not have a camera.
He could. You don't know that.
He could.
You don't know what he's proxy.
You don't know what he does in his spare time.
We've got 2 cards left. We've got Stall Turn.
God
When a
knows.
spell, trap, card, or monster effect is activated, that would negate the summon of a monster's or the activation of a spell/trap card. Banish the top 3 cards of your deck face down. Negate the activation if you do shuffle that card into the deck. I'm not a fan.
I kind of like this.
The card is like that. It's good, but then like it's reacting to a reaction.
Yeah, and I'm not a huge fan of cards that react to reactions. Like Witch's Strike is a good example. I really don't like that card.
The only thing I could see maybe playing this is Grand Maju, just for more banish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then, like, what are you doing with your life if you're playing Grand Maju?
How is Eric? How has Eric been lately? Okay, then the last card we have.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah. Last card we have is Jar of Generosity. It's a normal trap card. Place 1 card from your hand on the top or bottom of the deck.
Garnet.
You put Mally's back that you draw.
You draw Garnet, you put back Garnet. It's broken.
You search Mally, you put Mally back, then summon Mally.
Imagine having you're like, oh no, I drew an extra Mally. Okay, on end phase, activate Trap Trick, banishing Jar of Generosity, setting Jar of Generosity, activate Jar of Generosity, and then shuffle back the malicious.
It doesn't shuffle, it puts it to the bottom.
Or puts it to the bottom. Or accidentally puts it to the top. Hee
Magic and 7. You just put it to the top of your deck so you draw it next turn.
No, that sounds like something I would do. Is like, okay, activate this, put the Mally on top. It's like, okay, my turn. Activate Upstart, draw the Mally. Like, damn it, forgot.
They might as well just call this card like Jar of Neg. Literally, oh my god.
This card's a neg 2.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or a neg 4 if you use Trap Trick on it. God.
Let's just see how much we can neg with this card. The new deck.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that card's crap.
Isn't there a card that searches traps by discarding 2 cards?
That sounds familiar.
Oh no! Movie trap adds it from grave by discarding 2 cards. So we could theoretically get rid of our whole hand to activate this card.
Hell yeah.
Okay. Next article we have up, we've got 2 or 3 things more to talk about. I just wanted to point this out real quick. We are getting Overload Fusion reprint.
Cool.
In the Cybercell thing. Overload Fusion, good card. Next up is Asgabes per Gabe's will and final testament. He did want us to talk about the birds this week in
This is the wrong article, Bill.
Yeah, it is. He wanted to talk to us about birds in this this episode. So here's what we're gonna talk about. These 4 cards getting reprint. Okay, getting away from birds. We've this is just some quick reference art for the Swordmaster of the Bewitching Iris. Kind of cool. We're getting more stuff.
This is the actual card.
Oh,
wait. Where's the actual card? We never talked about this card because this card's actually really good.
Okay, we'll pull it up.
It looks like that one girl from Fate who has the swords.
Yeah. Well, we talked about her a little bit already, right?
Gabe's favorite card. Gabe's favorite character, Raikou.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so
Yeah, this card.
I don't think we've ever talked about the new Lyrillist cards.
no, we didn't. I didn't see that article. Can you link it? While you find it, we'll talk about this next article, the next VJump issue promo. I don't know what exactly this is trying to cross promote, but hey, good on you. It's Harpy's Pet Dragon. We don't know the effects or anything yet.
Fearsome Fire Blast.
Fearsome Fire Blast. And
at some point, we're gonna get that Harpy's rank 7.
Someday.
And it's gonna be pretty bad.
Yeah.
Man, I'm glad Harpy's Pet Dragon is getting some love. It's like all the Harpy stuff is like Harpies are getting all new cards, and then we just forget that Harpy has a pet. She hasn't fed him in years.
When's the Harpy Girl retrain coming? That's what I want. I want to see the Harpy Girl support.
Isn't it not called Harpy Girl anymore?
She's just sitting there.
Harpy Girl was the card that I had like a crush on as a kid. That was my like Yu-Gi-Oh card crush, Harpy Girl.
You would.
Hey,
All right, I forgot.
watch it. And I think we did talk about this last time, right? The Swordmaster, the Bewitching Iris.
No.
I said it was pretty
No.
good.
This card came out after that.
Did it? Okay. Well, anyways,
Yeah,
this is
it was
Swordmaster,
really
the
good.
Bewitching Iris. You can only use its. Oh, it's a level 8 spellcaster effect. Light stats are 25,
Spellcaster?
25.
Yeah.
Yeah. What part of Swordmaster did you not understand? It's.
I'm sorry.
I'm pretty sure this is with Fleur de Lis without her armor.
This
It
is.
is.
A
She's a
fake,
caster.
If we
This is
quickly
a
look
fake
back at the other article, so this card's artwork is pretty much it's Fleur de Lis. Her swords can switch into electric shock mode. The other two with her in Interluder are Aiden and Theo, and it seems to be
Oh, Aiden's
suggested
the one-
Ecclesia
is the
was her
Mother Grizzly.
squire back when they were members of the Nation of Dogmatica, a relationship spanning back at least 10 years. She's let her hair grow out. She can no longer fly due to her sealing stigmata or the lack of her armor, but it's not clarified why. And by certain means, she has sealed away her stigmata. Okay. Anyways, on to the actual
Well,
card.
her armor, yeah, she discards her armor because the armor got corrupted and it becomes one of the Despia monsters.
Ah.
Lore, maybe.
Okay. So yeah, its effects are during the main phase. If a monster whose effects are negated is on the field, quick effect, you can special summon this card from your hand. And if your opponent special summons a monster, you can activate one of these effects based on where they were special summoned from. Hand, special summon one card from your hand. Deck, draw 2 cards. Extra deck, destroy one of those monsters special summoned from the extra deck. I really like this card.
Actually, like, this card is really good.
Yeah, this card's good.
I can't wait for the rest of this archetype. Because this should be the next, or probably the last
Mm-hmm.
Dogmatica
Yeah.
archetype. And maybe we can finally get Ecclesia and her alternate outfits.
Well, even so, even without the rest of the archetype, I feel like this card, it reminds me of like other cards that are just different kinds of hand traps.
Oh, what's his?
Yeah,
Like
I'd love
Thanos
this
or
card to be
something?
Yeah, it reminds me of that.
Yeah, or that
this
new
card
one we
to be
just got.
searchable in Dogmatica. Because, like,
Yeah.
you could, could you imagine? You could go, like, Fleur de Lis, negate something, and summon this.
Mm-hmm.
And then your opponent summons another monster. Oh, it'd be so good.
Yeah, I like this card. All its effects, I think, are really good, and I could see people just like playing copies of this card, especially for that extra deck clause. It's just like, oh, you special summon an extra deck monster, okay, pop. It's just
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Good.
Okay, last article to talk about. We really are
Also-
going to be fulfilling Gabe's last will and testament. We will be talking about the new Lear Loose support. They now have Spell and Trap support and a new assembly of XYZ. First one up is Lear Loose Barrel Canary. It's a level 1 winged beast effect monster. Stats are 0 and 2. You can only use the first effect of this card's name once per turn. If this card is in your hand, you can target a Lear Loose monster in your graveyard, special summon this card and that target, but you cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck for the rest of the turn except XYZ monsters. Second effect is a wind Xyz monster that was summoned using this card on the field as material gains this effect. Gain 200 attack, also possession cannot switch. That's a pretty good card.
card was all-
It's randomly really good protection, but for something that, like, is not going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless he was playing that Geo magnetic transistor card. Well, the like monster that switches control.
You can
2 monsters in
hear
one.
you can hear the price of Crackdown dropping as I read this.
I think this card was like almost one of the best lurists, except it had that you cannot special summon. It's from the it's XYZ.
Yeah.
Yeah, like if that didn't have this card would be really good. But with it, it's just like it's fine.
Yeah. I feel like specifically in Bird Up or something, this could be a very good like closer. You know what I mean? Like you've already made your board and you just happen to have this card in your hand as well.
Yeah,
Just
but what
It-
rank 1 are you making after that?
well,
I
you
guess
can also
one of
just
the
special
triggers
summon.
I'm sorry. No.
But you can also just special summon one of the other XCs, or if you're actually playing pure Lear Loose, you could summon out the fusion if it wasn't banned.
You can't summon out the fusion. It's a fusion monster, not an Xyz monster.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's for the rest of the turn. You can. It's any Lear Loose card. It can. It doesn't have to just be a regular monster. You could summon out like an XYZ or a
You
fusion.
said you were going the fusion.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant summon the fusion after.
Oh no. I meant this is what you could grab from the grave.
No, I think Dylan's right in the fact like you play this at the end and like go into one of the new ones or the one that searches and set up for next turn.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what the new ones do.
Oh, one of them's good. I remember that.
Well, let's
We'll see.
find out. So, second one is Leerloose Celeste Wagtail. It's a level 1 Winged Beast effect monster. Stats are 200 and 0, and both of its effects are hard once. First effect is if this card is special summoned, you can add a Leerloose spell or trap from your deck to your hand. Second effect is if this card is in your GY, you can target one Leerloose Xyz monster you control, attach this card to it as material. Yeah, and so it searches out Leerloose spell or traps, which we now have in this archetype, but we'll have to see whether those spell or traps are actually good.
Is one of them Psychic Blade?
Oh god, I wish. Leerloose Blade.
Psychic Blades, you do a Leerloose OTK really easy.
Alright, and here we have the first new Xyz. It's Leerloose Ensemble Robin. Right? Did I say that right? Leerloose Ensemble Robin. Oh yeah, whatever. It's a
brackets around it.
yeah. It's a rank 1 Winged Beast Xyz effect monster. Stats are 0/0, requires 2+ level 1s, and it has 3 effects. First one is gains 500 for each material attached to it. Second is if your opponent special summons a monster, you can detach one material from this card, then target one of those monsters, return it to the hand. Third is if this card in your possession is sent to the graveyard by an opponent's card, you can target one other Leerloose monster in your graveyard, add it to your hand. It's not bad. For Bounce is a special summon. Yeah,
it's pretty good.
No, again, like in Bird Up, you would like at the very end of the combo, you would like do Barrel Canary and then go into this just for extra.
Just an easy
for
bounce. For sure.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Next one we've got Prom Thrush, Leerloose Prom Thrush. It's a rank 1 Winged Beast Xyz effect monster, stats 0/0, materials 2+ level 1 monsters, has 3 effects, and the 3 effects are gains 500 attack for each material attached to it. Once per turn, you can detach one material from this card, then target one spell or trap your opponent controls, shuffle it into the deck. And then 3, at the start of the damage step, if another of your monsters battles, you can detach any number of materials from this card. Your battling monster gains 300 for each material detached until the end of the turn.
This would be a lot better if this was a quick effect.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, I don't know if you would play this unless you need names for some reason.
Yeah.
Especially in Bird Up, I feel like the extra deck is sort of tight.
Yeah, it is.
A little bit.
Alright, now we're on to the spell and trap support. We've got Leerloose Bird Sanctuary. It's a continuous spell, and you can use its first and second effects hard once per turn. First is you can target 2 Winged Beast Xyz monsters you control, attach one of them and all material attached to it to the other as material. Second is if you control an Xyz with 3 or more material, you can draw 1 card. I don't know why, but as I was reading that, I thought it was going to say if you control an Xyz monster with 3 or more material, you win the duel.
If that said this is going to be broken.
Yeah, you know how easy that is for Leerloose?
Yeah.
Card's bad because I thought you could win with it. Yeah, it's fine. It transfers materials and then allows you to draw an extra card. It's cool.
It seems okay.
It's okay. It's not great, but it's okay.
It's not good in Bird Up, but like
No.
if you're playing Pure Birds, that's a different story.
Yeah. Well, if you're playing Pure Birds, you need all the help you can get.
This is true.
Then we got a trap card, Leerloose Birds of a Feather. I think they got that backwards. It's a normal trap card, and it's got 2 hard ones per turn effects. It reads, target 1 Leerloose monster you control, change the attack of all face-up monsters your opponent currently controls to that target. Also, their levels and ranks become 1. Second is, when an opponent's monster declares an attack on your Leerloose monster, you can banish this card from your graveyard. Your battling monster's attack becomes the same as that opponent's monster's until the end of this turn.
That silence is all you need.
Yeah, that's no comment is our comment. And yeah,
just when I first saw that this stuff was getting reprinted, I'm like, oh man, let's go, more stuff for Bird Up. And then I read all this stuff, I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Definitely.
Hear me out here. All the Lyralist cards just look like a bunch of kids having a sleepover, and they all have bird jammies.
They do. They're honestly, I think the Exceeds like for bird girls look way better than Harpies.
Ooh.
Ooh, controversial
That's my hot take of the day.
topic.
That's my hot.
Sitting game to do a thing later.
We'll have a bird furry off.
The furry off.
Stay tuned for the Lyraloose versus Harpies duel that we're gonna film between Austin and Gabe.
That's not fair. Wait, do I get to play Tri Brigade?
Do you both get to play Shadowgaze? That's the question.
Okay, and yeah, we got some reprints here: Cobalt Sparrow, Sapphire Swallow, Assembled Nightingale, and Recital Starling as reprints.
Those are good reprints.
Yep.
I hope they're in higher rarity, like ultras at least.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they are not going to be. All the reprints of these sets are always all common.
Damn it.
Yeah, very unfortunate. But yeah, there we go. Anyways, that's been this week in Yu-Gi-Oh! Thank you guys all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Austin, Miko, thank you for coming around. And
Birds have big titties.
yeah, let us know what you guys thought about the cards that we talked about this week, whether you think they're going to make a meta impact. Are you excited for any of them? A lot of Synchro stuff. Got some Lyraloose cards here. So yeah, let us know in the comments down below.
Our Magical Musket's going to be good in this format.
Our Magical Musket's going to be good in this format. Do you guys think that we satisfied Gabe's last will and testament? Rest his soul. Not with us in person, but in spirit, and also with you.
Good night, sweet prince.
Good night, sweet prince. With that being said, thank you so much. Make sure you use code BYForce5 at FusionGamingOnline.com for 5% off. Hope you stay happy, stay healthy, and I'll see you next time.